Alright guys, so welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video we're talking about a new gaming headset from Logitech, and that's the Logitech G Pro. Alright, so before we actually get started into the review itself, I want to personally thank Justin Pullen for sending me these. He's a subscriber of mine. He knew that I wanted to check these out, and he offered to send them out to me, and for that I can't say thank you enough. Alright, so first off, looking at the box, it's just plain black. Everything about this is black and stealthy. And to be honest, in gaming, that's a huge plus. Everything seems to have like bright, bold colors or RGB lighting. Nothing really just seems stealth, and I think that's the approach Logitech was going with these, and they kind of stick through this theme throughout the headset. Now, as far as accessories go, you get your normal 3.5mm cable, your volume control and your mic mute button is actually located on the cable itself. And with this being the normal 3.5mm cable, you can use this on your PC, your PS4, your Xbox One, your Switch, pretty much anything with just a normal headphone jack. Now, if you are going to use these with PC, they do come with the splitter cable. That way you have your input for your headset, and then you have the input for your microphone. And also, the ear pads that are on there is like a leatherette, material. But they also give you the option by sending you these micro suede material ear pads as well, and these right here seem to have a little more breathability, but at least you're getting the option, if you don't like leatherette material, that you have this suede material. I personally prefer the leather ones that are on there, and I'll just stick to using those. Now, the microphone is detachable, you can see here, but as you can see while they're on, they do a good job of being able to bend and position them the way you want. But since we're going ahead and talking about the microphone, let's go ahead and check out the quality now. Alright guys, so as you can tell, this is a mic test of the Logitech G Pro. You can probably see it back there. This thing is recording as we speak, and the microphone on this is pretty incredible. I think they really do gear this towards pro gamers, and really, other than the sound, the most important thing is how well you're coming through. It's extremely clear, extremely crisp. It even picks up bass tones in my vocals really well. This is actually a pretty impressive microphone that I would use for streaming. As you can tell, for $90, this microphone is honestly one of the best that I've heard under $100. So far, you get plenty of accessories to use them on any system that you want. You have a microphone that sounds really good. You get the ability to have the material ear pads that you want. So far, this is looking really, really good. Now we're going to see if this kind of sticks to the rest of the theme, going on to build quality. Build quality, when you pick them up, they're really light. The ear cups are extremely large, so I think no matter what size ears you have, these things are going to surround them and you'll have no problem. These are definitely over the ear. Again, branding. It's simply black. There's like an embossed G at the top. There's simply just, I'm going to say it's white, maybe it's silver, just the G logo on the side, and it says Pro. Your left and right are marked on the inside part of the headband. And as far as adjustments go, you can see notches on the side on the like aluminum or metal slider inside here. As far as build quality goes, I have no doubt at all that these will last a long time, because one, you don't have a lot of moving parts. They don't fold. They do swivel, so that if you have them on, you can kind of sit them on your neck here. But as far as bendability, there's just no tightness in these at all. So there's not a lot of there's not a lot of clamp on here. And really, these were made, I think, more aimed at pro gamers, so they're able to stay on your head for a long period of time. The padding on the top is just a thin, again, pleather-ish material, but I don't think a thick padding here is necessary, simply because these weigh nothing. All right, so there's no controls, there's no power, you don't have to charge these. These are simply just plug into any device and just listen. So how do these sound? How do they stack up against other headsets that are in the under $100 range? Well, the hard part to review on these is it's kind of Jekyll and Hyde. There's like two sides to this gaming headset, because initially when plugging these into my phone and plugging them into like my PlayStation controller, I just felt like they were lacking something. I just felt like, there weren't there wasn't a whole lot of life as far as bass goes. There just wasn't a lot of punch to it. Now, as far as clarity, I didn't have any issues. I felt like everything came in pretty clear, and I felt like the volume level was adequate. This is not like extremely loud. I felt like they could use a little bit more volume. So it got me wondering, how do these things sound plugged into an amp? Like if you have an Astro Mix amp, and I just have a simple one that I use on my PC, and when plugged into an amp, I can tell you that they just became a whole different headset. I mean, honestly, it started to sound like a really high-end headset. So what that tells me is this headset is very capable of being able to handle anything that you want to throw at it. If you want to push it to higher levels, if you want to adjust to get, you know, bass to be really punchy, you can. If you want your highs and mids to be pushed really forward, it's capable of really running all that. And the sound space in these are surprisingly pretty open. And when these were not amped, they felt a little more closed in. It felt like I was just wanting a little more, which is I guess what leaned me towards wanting to plug these into an amp so much. Now again, once I did that, I felt like these really came to life. So that becomes the two-sided story to this headset. On one end, if you're gonna just plug it in, just using a regular headphone jack and plug it into the PS4 controller, or your Xbox One controller, or if you're just plugging it straight into your PC with like a normal sound card, you might be wanting a little bit more. But if you have any amp or you invest in the Astro Mix amp, these are super comfortable and can handle any adjustment that you want to push towards. That's what brought these to life, and that's what made these exciting. So for $90, it kind of depends. If you're wanting to run these straight without an amp, I would say that there are better options out there. But if you're going to run these into an amp, that makes these on a whole other level, and they compete with headsets that are 2 to 3 times as much. So look at it that these are $90, and you can buy an Astro Mix amp, I think online for 40, 50 bucks. So overall you would have 130 into these, and it blows away a lot of the stuff that's in that price range. So guys, that is my quick review of the Logitech G Pro. Material wise, build quality wise, it's a fairly inexpensive headset for what you're getting, especially being able to switch out ear pads and having a mic that honestly sounds amazing. And then having sound that sounds good wired, but sounds amazing plugged into an amp. So it really just boils down to what it is you're looking for. I personally found the sweet spot by plugging these into an amp and find that they're a really good value at $90. But if you guys are interested in buying, there is a link below. That is my quick review. I appreciate you guys checking out this review. I appreciate you guys checking out all the other reviews. And as always, guys, make sure to stay tuned for more.